If they only knew.
I haven't.
Come on, man. Joe Chapo.
Man, let me see.
Right on the hill.
Nah.
Yeah, the one from the Bronx.
What?
Yeah, they're the truth of the streets.
For real? Man, let me see that shit. Yo, I see that shit. Oh, shit.
New York till they die.
What?
Repping every day.
BX?
Oh, come on, man.
Man, let me see that.
I talk, you watch. Coming in hot from the BX to the block. We got Joe Chapo and Light on the Hill. You know the drill. Hit the like button, you know the deal. Yeah, we the truth of the streets. If they only knew. We the truth of the streets. If they only knew. We the truth of the streets. We the truth of the streets. We the truth of the streets. If they only knew. We the truth of the streets. If they only knew. What up? You already know what it is. It's your boy Joe Chapo back in the building. Another edition of If They Only Knew. As always, got your boy Main Light on the Hill. What up, man?
Yo, first of all, man, I want to thank all my talkers. But make sure if you're new to the channel, though, you subscribe, like, share, even throw a comment if you want to. And don't forget that bell. Fill that bell up to get all the notifications of our lives and videos. First thing smoking. Let's go.
Yo, man, I know we always say that we got bangers every single time, yo, but this time, yo, this is an ill story right here, and they definitely could have happened to anybody. So let's go on and get this started. Sir, please introduce yourself.
What's going on, y'all? My name is Christoper Willars. Currently social content creator. We have reached over 14 million people strong right now in the last 60 days with the message about my story. But right now I'm the owner of a cosmetology school here in Tucker, Georgia, Lasting Layers of Beauty Institute. I'm an advocate. I've got a nonprofit. I'm a motivational speaker. But back in 2003, I was sentenced to 144 years in prison.
Ooh, shit, yeah. That shit made my heart skip a beat just hearing that shit, yeah.
Before all that, I should have started there, right?
Yeah, right. Well, shit, yo. Like always, yo, let's take it for the top, yo. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you from, and how you came up, man.
Yeah, man. And thanks again for having me up here, man. For real, the intro had me hyped too. I was about to start rapping and everything. But man, I love speaking about this, right? Because I want to be clear when I'm talking about my story. I'm not just talking about my story. I'm talking about the story of many. I'm talking about if you black, if you brown, you growing up in the hood, you growing up wherever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you the white kid in the trailer park. I don't know, but I'm talking about teenagers and young people that are growing up in environments where it's hard to succeed. But for me personally, when it comes to growing up, I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I'm a Chicago kid through and through, born and raised. I lived all over the city. You know, at first, everything was good. Mom and dad, you know, they rocking, you know, bills being paid. We living in the suburbs in the cul-de-sac. I could walk to school. I ain't got to worry about nothing crazy. Yeah. But, you know, things happen. Adults, not necessarily one person's bad or one person's good, but it don't work out. And with pops not being in the household, mom working 2 jobs now. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting older. You know, I'm like a lot of teenagers when they don't got their pops in the household. You know, I'm angry. I'm upset. I'm confused. I don't, you know. So as I'm growing, I got the great mother that's there. You know, she's an angel to this day. My mother don't even cuss or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm growing. I'm turning into a young man. You know, mom can't, you know, and pops ain't around. So in this, I was always one of those kids. I was good at school. You know, A's, B's. I was one of the popular, whatever. I get picked first in gym class, whatever, you know, because I was good at getting along with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care if you know, I could play sports, but if you was a quote unquote square or whatever, I'm gonna talk to you too. I don't care. Like if you cool, you cool. You know what I'm saying?
The dope personalities that could get along with any type. Yeah,
that's it. And then, you know, me being that type of person, I was the life of the party or somebody that was, you know, but inside, man, for as much as I was cool with everybody and joking with people inside, like I said, I was angry, depressed, like a lot of teenagers. I was lost. I was confused. And where I needed the support, I didn't get it. I didn't have access to it. I needed my father. I needed that right there, that peace.
Well, let me ask you a question. Was your
Yeah.
father there at any part of your life? Was it a portion of your life, or he was absent the whole time?
Nah, he was there, but you know, once they had split, he ended up moving out of state, and you know, you can only do but so much over the phone, you know. And you know, growing into my teenage years, I started getting the fights, you know, and eventually they got fed up, and they were like, "Yo, you can't go to school here. You can't go to school nowhere in this district." And matter of fact, we're either gonna send you, you know, to juvie, or you can go to this shock treatment program. So I ended up going to this like 6-month shock treatment program because I had a problem with my hands. You know what I'm saying? That's the best way I can. And I was a light-skinned dude, and I got tired of getting beat up, so I had to fight back. Yo, I was trying to hit me one time. It looked like they hit me 20. You know what I'm saying? So I'm feeding that. I'm angry. Boom! I got the reputation. But now reality, I can't go to school no more. You know what I'm saying? The reputation means nothing for me. Now I'm in this shock treatment program. I'm trying to get through this. I'm angry. From there, I go to the military. I go to the military at 17. I'm like a lot of kids. I got a chance to make it out the hood. I don't know about the military. I just know, yo, you can travel. They're going to give you money. You're not going to be in the hood no more. That's all I knew. So at 17, from shock treatment, I went into my mom had to sign a permission joint for me to go into the military. And I was a smart kid, so I was able to go to the Air Force. I didn't have, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have to go to Army Marine. I could, you know, go do some stuff, right? Not taken away from the Army Marines, but as ASVAB, you had to have the highest score. So now I'm in there. I'm in the military, but I'm young. I'm still wild. I'm thinking when I go to the military, in the back of my mind, that I was going to get some structure. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking,
supposed to be, yeah, technically.
Yo, when I went to the military, man, from day one it was a party until 9/11 hit. When 9/11 hit, everybody stopped partying. We was like, yo, you understand? That was a real. It was like, okay, no more party. We went from these young kids that was happy to just make it out the hood to, you know what I'm saying? Now it just got real. We might get shipped across sea, anything. You know, so
was that like just even hearing the news that we was under, you know, attack and shit? Was that shocking?
Yeah. Sidebar. I remember the morning, like in the sped up version way of it. I'm laying down. I'm next to my girl. All of a sudden, you just hear the announcement: "Code Black." When they say "Code Black" on a military base, it's not a drill. You can't even, even though you're in the military, you can't even drive your own vehicle on the base. You got to immediately report to basically a bus stop nearest to wherever your barracks, and they send you get on the bus and they bring you to the building. And if you're civilian up there, you got to leave the base immediately. So I woke up. It's my day. I'm not even supposed to report or nothing. Like I think I got 3 days off: Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'm working 4s. That joint go off. My girl hit my chest. I'm drinking the night before. I'm partying. We coming back from Canada. I'm just got in at 4 a.m. She like, babe. She hit me. Boom, boom. She's like, look. And I'm hearing it. I look at the TV, but I don't really, as I'm getting dressed, I can't really, you know, you getting up. We get on the bus. When we get on the bus, everybody's quiet. Nobody's saying nothing. When we get to the spot, the building, they bring us into this conference room. They sit us down. Nobody's saying nothing. We sit down, and we walk. Right when we sit down is when the second plane hit. When the plane hit that second tower, and for about 30 seconds, I know we were all like, "Yo, is this a drill?" Like, but nah, it weren't no drill. There were people losing their lives right now. So that's when the switch got hit, right? As far as the military thing for a lot of us, but even then, that wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The military wasn't the fix it all for me. I was still getting into it on base. My hands again. You know? Damn. Yeah. So here I go again. I'm good. Like I was good at school, but I was in the streets a little bit, not crazy, you know, before all this. Maybe sell a dime bag here or something, you know what I mean? Basic stuff, right? But I was always good on both sides of it. So in the military, I'm good, but when I'm off base, I'm a psychopath. You know what I'm saying? I'm messing with dudes' girlfriends. I'm drinking. You can go up to Canada. It's only 18 years of age to get drunk. I'm as the youngest say I'm lit right now. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't care. I didn't understand. I didn't know the reality of life, man. I was moving like it was a video game. And eventually the military got fed up too.
That's what I was gonna ask. Did those two lives cross over at any point?
Yeah. They eventually I got into an altercation. Basically somebody with higher ranking 2, 3 in the morning was dragging his wife down the driveway. It was in the winter. We're in Minot, North Dakota, and my girl woke me up and I'm drinking. I go out there to try to diffuse it, or had been drinking because I used to be real bad on the liquor. I try to diffuse it, I guess, in my own way. He turned his attention to me, and I did what I did to him, and they said I should have called the cop or the security forces. And because he had more ranking, he was good to go. They stripped me down and gave me a general discharge under honorable conditions. They ain't do me all the way dirty, but yeah.
That's
So
whack as fuck,
yeah,
that's whack as fuck. You was doing the right thing in all essence, and you get punished for doing the right thing.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like I had got into 2 altercations prior to that off base at bars, and how it is when you got businesses around the base, they'll call, like they know who to call up there if somebody gets it. So I already had this reputation. I couldn't keep my hands off. I always tell people I'll never walk around like I was some super gorilla or silverback. No, I got beat up too, all that. It's just I didn't care. I didn't care how it went, and there was no talking, and it was the anger, it was stuff that was festering from the loss of my father. It was from things going downhill financially, starting off at a house, moving into the hood. You know what I'm saying? It was a culmination, it was a buildup. And through all of this, I was still only 19. I'm still young. Yeah. So from there was basically where hell really broke loose.
So what was it like coming home after that?
That's the start of the 144 years for real. That was, so all that was the prelude. Now this is the 144, because, and it's important. I'm glad you asked that, because it was the transition that determined the pathway. You know what I'm saying? We are some of our own decisions, and I could have chose in that moment when things got worse and I got kicked out the military. I could have went home to my mother, my grandmother, and did right. I had that type of support. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and be like, yo, I had to be wild. And nah, even when we was down financially, I still, you know what I'm saying? Like I could have been patient and just not did the things that I did. But
you had layer over layer over layer of things piling up and shit. So as a young-minded 19-year-old, you're not gonna see the brighter side and shit. You just see it was right in front of you. And shit,
but that's the problem, man, in our communities as Black and brown, is that you can't talk about that, because then you looked at as less than the man. You're too young to be failing, not failing, but not succeeding at that level that people wanted you to be, and that's so now you're in the shell and with anger on top of that. Now,
it's compacted trauma. You know what I'm saying? Like it's no different than if I cut myself, it gets infected, and I leave it untreated. Eventually, it's gonna spread. So this was a culmination of years' work now. And now I'm in a situation where, I could have chose to do right, but I'm even angrier now. Like that was my shot out the hood. I don't have a plan now. I got to move back with my mom. I was just, I was in the barracks, but man, my girl was with me every night. I'm downtown. I'm over in Canada. I got a whip. I done lost my truck now because I'm not trying to hear nothing. I'm not in the mood. You know what I'm saying? I love you, Mom, but I'm working at Walmart Tire and Lube right now. Like, there's nothing against that. Shout out to anybody that works there. But yo, I was just traveling the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? So with that, here goes the I don't care even more mentality. And me going home, I didn't get to go home back to Chicago. My mother had relocated to Virginia. And I remember, because I had to go to Virginia, I remember my grandmother telling me, she said, baby, out of all my grandchildren, she said, I keep my eye on you. She said, I need you to know this. She said, this is the South. This is not Chicago. This is not. And I never really, that's all she said. My grandma she was mean as hell, but when she said something, you'd be like, okay, you pay attention. But she wouldn't explain herself. She walked off after that, but I know exactly what she means now.
Yeah, the South, yo.
Yeah. Because
people don't look at Virginia like that. They think, they think of it like New York. Like they kind of think of it like it's up north.
It was the last Confederate capital,
Yeah, buddy.
How you gonna be the last Confederate capital and not be the South?
Yeah, yeah.
It was the last resistance. Jamestown, when they was bringing them off the ships, you understand what I'm saying? Nat Turner, all that in VA. VA, tell you something, it's a commonwealth. Y'all got, not y'all, but if you don't know, watching this platform, research the difference between statehood and commonwealth. That might tell you a little bit about the history of certain things, man. And it's not just the South. You got certain states up north, but I come into this thing, Virginia, this Commonwealth of Virginia. Now I always been a hustler, you know what I'm saying? Well, whether it was candy and flaming hots, or like I said, little bud here, whatever it was, promoting parties, you know what I'm saying? Like I've always been that for my people. Now I'm here, I'm broke again, I'm miserable. I need to get back on. I don't know nobody. The only person I can really start connecting with, talking to, is my cousin. My cousin is he's 10 years older than me. And I got a girlfriend. You know, I had met a girl I was working with, boom. So I got my girlfriend and my cousin. I don't want to be around my girlfriend all day. You know what I'm saying? I want to fucking go partying, whatever. So when I'm around my cousin, they older. He got him and his two homeboys. And listen, respectfully, even though they did what they did, as we tell the story or whatever, I'm not here to disrespect, but man, looking back, they weren't on nothing. They didn't have nothing going on with their life, man. You know what I'm saying? And I could see that. I could see when I walk into the apartment, they ain't got nothing but the futon and the, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You could see certain things, but I didn't have no outlet. I had no spot to kick it at, no chill. And every time I was over there, they watching old gangster flick, which I ain't really, that didn't move me, but this was the mentality they was on. Every time you go over there, it's Goodfellas, it's whatever it is, and they ain't got no purpose, no plan, and all they talk about is making moves. They want to go rob a spot. They want to go hit a spot. This is what they want to do. Me, I'd rather hustle. I told my cousin and my people, man, we need to put our bread together and get this. I pushed the joint. I said, just stay out the way. You know what I'm saying? This is me back then, y'all. Forget anybody that sees this. This is back then. But I didn't want to go rob nobody, bro. Y'all mentality is different than mine. You know what I'm saying? I just want to sell somebody a blunt or something, man. Y'all tripping. But my cousin and them, man, every time I'm over there, they just wore me down with the conversation. You know what I'm saying? And there was one particular night, me and my cousin got into it in front of his homeboys, because I was like, bro, I'm tired of this, bro. Every time I'm over here, y'all talking about this. You ain't got no car. That's why they were trying to pull me in, bro. Like, you ain't got no vehicle. You want me to drive, da-da-da. So one night I was like, look, bro, put it together. Fuck it then. Like, I'm whatever, man. If that's what you want to do, I said, bro, whatever's going to make you be quiet. I said, but after this, I'm done. I'm not doing this, bro. Like, I'm so tired. Yeah, it's easier for somebody to say on the outside, you should have just walked away or whatever. But, yo, older cousin, family, you over there. Yeah, you don't really rock with how they move, but you still going to have a sense of loyalty. That's your family. Then he came to me. He was like, yo, I'm messed up financially. You know, I need somebody we got to do this, man. I'm about to lose my spot. You know what I'm saying? So when I said that, I knew in the answer, I was like, bro, you tripping. In my mind, I'm telling myself, like, you tripping when I walk out the apartment. I'm hoping they don't bring it back up, though. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't know why, right? It's like false sense of hope.
Yeah.
And yeah,
waiting for that. Yeah,
waiting. That was the light. They didn't have no vehicle. They couldn't really get around, do what they was doing. So
they couldn't even hit a lick because they couldn't drive away and shit. You know?
They gonna Usain Bolt up out of there, joint. So he called. Like 2 days later, I pull up to the spot, and right when I walk in, I see a gun on the table. So I'm like, you know, I don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I just roll up. I'm talking, but I'm watching the joint because one, there's a gun on the table, and yeah, you my cousin, but your homeboys I don't really know, and y'all been talking crazy, and we gonna go, but I don't know what's up. But when I sat down in front of the gun, I seen it. Now I'm ex-military, all that. I know a gun now. It's a BB gun. So I'm like, shit, I lighten up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, it's fucking BB gun. What the fuck is they doing? You know what I'm saying? So immediately when they come back in the room, he's like, cuz, yo, this is what we gonna do. Like straight into the plan mode. Not only straight into the plan mode, we going tonight. We got the weapon. It's a BB gun. In my mind, I'm gonna do it one time. And it's a BB gun. So nobody's gonna get shot.
Yeah.
They not gonna tell on me, and I'm gonna get us home. I could drive. Everybody thinks they can drive. I get people talk trash about me to this day. One thing about it, I got us home. A lot of people can't drive on the so I already knew, you know what I'm saying? I'm ex-military. I'm already doing calculations in my head, threat assessment. Yo, if I do get hit, I'm gonna do it 2 years. I can do that. I've been through worse. I'm only not all this. I agree to go. I leave momentarily. I go get something to eat. I call my girl. I pick her up to drop her off. My fault. And got something to eat. And as I'm driving, I'm trying to come up with reasons not to go back to my cousins. It's getting darker and darker. It's starting. Sun's starting to set. I never mustered up enough courage to say I wasn't gonna go. I ended up, boom, dropped her off. I said, man, get this over with. Pull up. They come. They meet me outside. Cousins right next to me. They in the back. And I remember it was October. It was damp. It was cold. I had Styles P, Gangsta and the Gentleman playing, and I was scared as hell, bro. Yeah, look, light over there. Yeah, hey, look, you know it's real when you remember the soundtrack, man. Hey, the movie coming soon. Y'all know I'm just playing, or am I? But man, that joint playing. We pull up. We gonna hit a spot. It's already agreed. I'm not gonna get out the whip. They hop out. They gone for like probably 2-3 minutes tops. As they coming back, it felt like 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking. You know what I'm saying? As they come back, I hear them yelling, yo. As they open the door, you know how the lights pop on in the truck. Yeah. I see my cousin, he dropping money. My co-defendant, now I can say that. As we're pulling off, he like, yo, fuck, I dropped the handkerchief that he had. We couldn't go back. I can't go back, bro. Yeah. So now, as I'm driving us away, the lights are out. It's dark. I'm getting us through there. I'm trying to, in my mind, envision that the handkerchief then got swept away in the rain in the gutter, because I'm already knowing they drop money. Now I'm like, yo, did the money wash the fingerprint? Like, I get us all back. I drop them off. I go back to my grandmother's. I go to my grandmother's. That whole night I was up. I was wired. I wouldn't have been able to sleep. Every light, every cricket, I just knew the police were gonna pull up.
Checking the window every 2 seconds and shit. Yeah.
Bro, the pressure. I was telling these youngins, they don't know pressure, man. I was popping T3s with Tylenol 3s with codeine to go to sleep at night. You understand the weight of the world when you know they coming and the walls are closed. Because what happened was, watch this. I'm trying to get to y'all. This is crazy. Y'all need to pay attention. Y'all think shit can't happen. My cousin and his co-defendant, they share in the apartment. My co-defendant's girl and baby moved in with him. Baby crying. They got music playing. Neighbors call. Noise complaint. They're concerned there's a child crying. Police come to the door. They knock on the door. They smell weed smoke. They hear the baby crying. They got to turn down the music to get to the door. Now they got reason to enter the dwelling. We in the Commonwealth of Virginia. They smell narcotics. As they go in there, they don't find nothing. They find the baby. The baby's good. It's nothing, crazy like that. But what they do find, aside from a bong, which that would, whatever paraphernalia charge for them, they find the blue money bag.
Oh my God.
They find the blue money bag. Now, I'm not there. This is on my motion of discovery. I'm reading this.
Yeah.
One of these idiots kept the money bag. And I don't condone committing crimes, y'all, but man, don't do it. Yeah. For whatever reason. So they found the bag. They tagged the bag. They took it with them. They didn't say nothing to the guys. The two co-defendants immediately got scared. They ran to Florida. They ended up getting picked up about a week or two later for loitering. They were homeless, didn't have anywhere to stay. They were sitting outside of a Walmart. They got picked up. There were already warrants issued for their arrest for robbery, use of firearm, conspiracy charges. My cousin, because in VA, they do grand jury indictments. So it don't happen all at once, right? So they got their warrants issued first. My cousin, because this is from October to December, Christmas Eve, 2 detectives come to my house. They knock on the door. I don't know who they are, 2 older white men. I'm like, who the heck are these people? It's Christmas Eve. My grandma, she didn't even let white people come in the back or in the front of the house. She make them walk to the back. I'm getting ready to tell them, you got to come go holler at grandma back there. That's just how she was. Before I could say anything, they held a picture up. And it was a picture of my cousin hog-tied on the floor of a restaurant. In the midst of this, he panicked because the 2 other co-defendants got locked. They had been doing some other shit outside of what we had did. He tried to commit another crime to get some money to go on the run, and they beat him and they hog-tied him and waited for the police to come because he ain't had no gun. He was trying to strong arm the spot. Everybody ain't going for that, bro. So when they showed me on Christmas Eve, as I'm getting ready to close the door, they showed me that picture and they say, hey, when you run, because your co-defendants are talking, go somewhere warm. Because we want to be able to take a vacation. We want to be able to just chill once we get you. Because we coming. And that's all they said, and then they left. And that was Christmas Eve. So you know how my Christmas was. Wow. Over about a month and a half, they were harassing. Huh?
I don't want to jump ahead and shit.
Oh, go ahead, because I'm running my mouth.
That they knocking at your door, that means somebody was talking and shit. Yeah.
Already. That's what they were saying. They're like, we're coming to get you.
Because there was nothing that really tied you to it and shit, yeah. They the ones with the bag and shit, yeah.
There was nothing. Bro. The only way you would know about me is if you were inside the truck. The truck was hidden. I'm ex-military. I'm from Chicago. I know where to park. I know where to drive. I know how to move to this day. You understand me? So I'm already knowing when they say that, what's about to happen. So I say in my mind, I'm not going on a run. I'm tired. I just told y'all, I was popping T3s just to go to sleep. I'm stressed. Over the next month and a half, they were harassed. They pull up to my girlfriend's work, just sit out there because they knew I was coming to pick her up. At one point, my girlfriend's father, I had no idea. He worked at the jail. But I didn't understand sheriffs work at the jail.
Yep.
I'm there chilling. And one day we getting ready to eat dinner. It ain't no big, we cool. I treat his daughter good. You know what I'm saying? But he pulls up to me on some one-on-one stuff. He was like, bro, when they come get you, I'm going to be the one that makes the arrest. Dang. And I'm like, but I'm thinking he's joking, but it's serious right now. But you can't know what's going on. Like, you work for the jet, you know what I'm saying? I'm being naive.
Elevated it for me right there too. On top of that, the fact that he knows and shit, that means he's getting around and shit. Man,
the walls are closing in, bro. In the midst of all this, to make the story crazier, I'm desperate. I know everybody else is locked. I'm about to go to prison, man. This is crazy. I'm not going to tell you what I was thinking because I wasn't necessarily thinking what anybody might think that I was thinking when I say this. But when I was working at Walmart and Tire and Lube, after the detectives were harassing me, one of their daughters came up there to get a service. And the reason I knew it was his daughter is because when you come up there, I got to put in your license plate, and everybody that's attached to your family, including your address, your phone number, your kids, your blood type, well, not all that, but I know where you live. I know what your car looks like. And I can tell you this, man, I was not in the I was as a 19-year-old kid, you know. And again, I'm not going to confirm what I was thinking, all that, but I was not in the right space. And I'm glad I didn't even entertain that. I let it sit right where it was at. But that's how I know the devil is. I'm not here to preach but I'm telling you, the devil will knock on your fucking door when you least when you think
you desperate.
He gonna show you some. He gonna show you something. It's gonna look like it's an out, man. Hey, it wasn't even close to an out. But anyways, eventually, coming home from work one evening, my grandmother was like, "Yo, the cops were here. Yo, you know they were here. What happened?" She's screaming, and I looked at my mother immediately, and I was like, "Yo, just take me to the jail." You know, I already knew. They didn't know. You know, my mom older, my grandmother, you know how older people are. They're still kind of being naive, you know. They don't want to necessarily address, you know, the elephant in the room. My cousin's down, but they're not thanking me. Not the golden cousin, even though I messed up, but I'm still the one that, you know. Yeah. So when I'm turning myself in, my mother wasn't even registering. She, you know what I'm saying? She was confused. And by the time we got there, I walked up to the desk and I said, "Hey, I'm here to turn myself in." And before I could get the last word out, the detectives came around the corner. And they had me cuffed, and my mother screamed out. And that was probably the hardest part of my incarceration. My mother screaming, "Just let me hug my son. Let me hold my son. Why are you taking him away?" She didn't know. My mother had never been exposed to nothing like this. You know what I'm saying? Damn. They let her hug me. I couldn't hug her back. I caused her pain and I couldn't console her in the midst of it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lesson I carry with me to this day. But when I went through that, once they pulled me back behind that wall, it was about 3:30 p.m. By about 5:30, before I had got booked officially, the detectives pulled me out. They pulled me out into an interrogation room. And they came, one of the detectives, and he took out a piece of paper and he said, "Hey, what's your mom cooking for dinner tonight?" And I thought this asshole was being in which he was. I said, "Man, I don't know, man." He said, "Look," he said, "if you want to be home by dinner, all you got to do is sign this. You go home right now, we won't even press charges. It says it right here." And I looked at him. I said, "Nah." I said, "I don't know what you're talking about." He stopped. He looked at me again. He said, "Man, I'm trying to help you." He said, "I know you're the good one out the bunch. You're the," he said, "You're the baby." He said, "I already know the story." He said, "All you got," he said, "Man, sign this and go home." He said, "Man, fuck what they're gonna, all that, bro. The people that are gonna label you, they you don't want to be labeled. It don't matter what they label you, bro. They operate in it. You're not that." I looked at him again. I said, "Sir, I don't know what you're talking about." He looked down just like this. He sat up. He said, "All right." He said, "I want you to know you just ruined your life. And you're probably never coming home. And I want to be the one to tell you that. I'm going to be the reason that you're not coming home. Because now I'm going to push it to the max." They took me to booking. They finally printed me. And what I need everybody to know about these robbery charges, when you hit a spot, you don't get a charge for one building. You get a charge for each individual that was in that building. So when I get hit with my charges, they sending me, I'm thinking one robbery charge. I get 6 robbery charges. Each one carries 5 to life. I get 6 conspiracies. Each one is 10 years. I get 6 gun charges. The first one's mandatory 3. Each one after that is an additional 5 mandatory. I'm facing over 6 life sentences off rip, and I could have been home 30 minutes ago. It's real now. About a week after that, I'm in the hole, because you got to be in the hole first before they process you, put you in GP and all that, general population. I'm in the hole, and my tray slot opens up. I'm thinking it's lunch now. I'm starting to get used to the schedule. And when my tray slot opens up, I'm on my concrete slab laying down. You can't do much in the hole. I look through the joint, and instead of a tray, it's a recorder. Boop. Sat down on my tray slot, and the detective pressed play and walked back, stepped back. And I looked up and I'm listening, and it sounded like fucking DJ Clue and Funkmaster Flex. They was up there giving up mixtape versions that weren't even real, extended plays. You understand what I'm saying? So now, and this is, I'll put my hand on the Bible, lie detector test, whatever. I was the driver, but because I didn't agree and they were given the opportunity, they tried to put everything on me. They was putting me in spots. They tried to put a body on me. Yo, when I say it got crazy.
Wow. And this is family.
This is family. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why I need everybody to know this out there in the street. When they sit you and your homeboy down and they tell you, yo, you're going to get 25 years or you could put it on your man, 99.99%. I don't care how real y'all is and I don't care, bro. The average individual is going to choose him, his girl, his mama, his kids over you. Nobody's standing up to them numbers, man. I'm just being honest with you. Like, if somebody wears that nowadays, especially in today's society, man, like, they just that stand up of an individual, which you got them dudes. But, man, people not. And they took that. They took that opportunity, man. So, because I didn't take the opportunity, in most places, you're given a plea. They'll offer you a plea so you don't have to go to trial. But because I didn't take the opportunity to snitch or testify, I wasn't even given a plea.
Damn.
I got a public defender. I don't know shit. I don't know nothing. You understand what I'm saying? I know that I'm about to lose my life. Speeding up to my court date, my public defender walks in as I'm 5 minutes before I'm going in front of the judge to get sentenced, because all I can do is plead guilty. I can't fight. I turned down my opportunity to testify and they got the rolling. It's over with. What am I going to stand on? So I go in front before I go in front of the judge, he comes in, he says, yo, I can get you 35 to 54 years to do, and didn't even break a sweat. Looked at me like it was the easiest thing in the world. It is what it is. Welcome to public defenders in the justice system. Every day there's black and brown kids being led to slaughter right now. I promise you. In that moment, I had enough heart to say, I can't do that. I couldn't say any. That's the only words that could come out my mind. I didn't know. I just knew I couldn't do that.
Just hearing those numbers, yo, shit.
So he said, literally, he said, well, you got to tell him something. That's what he said to me. You got to tell him something. He said, I give this one. Then he said, I'll give you 2 minutes. This is my representation and legal counsel. He said, I'll give you 2 minutes. You let me know, and I'll go back and tell him the number. As a 19-year-old kid, I had about 60 seconds to determine how much of my life I could give to the courts that would be suffice to them, that they would be good with, and how much I could endure and survive through in order to get home for a second chance. I was watching dudes get lit up for one robbery and get life sentence. 2 kids from Philly just got multiple life sentences robbing a pizza man. I told him, I said, man, just tell him I want to be home before I'm 40. And the joke is nowadays, I should have told him I wanted to be home before I'm 30, because at 19, he gave me 144 years, all suspended, but 19 years. So I had 19 years at the age of 19 behind a BB gun. Yeah. And yeah.
That was ultimately your life sentence and shit, yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, nobody physically harmed. Yeah. I understand mental, emotional trauma. That's real. Respect, most definitely. You know what I'm saying? But 19 years, 144 year sentence, ex-military, never been in trouble, like BB gun. You know, that's why I get up here and I run my mouth, man. But from there, that's when it was on. Like, I went straight from the jail to a level 4. You know what I'm saying?
Was that, man? Like, but how was like day one, man? Like how was the feeling, man? Did you feel scared, like fear, what did you feel? Like what did you feel that day?
So I always tell people who I was when I went in is not who I was when I came out. I remember I told my mother, I said, I'm going in as a man, I'm coming out as a man. I didn't even know what the hell that meant. I just knew I needed to say something to try to comfort my mother and make myself. I was trying to hype myself up because I knew I was going to prison and there was levels to this. I never been there, but I was listening to the OGs in the jail. They was telling me, they were like, yo, you probably be all right, because at the jail I had clicked up the out of towners and, you know, but I was still getting in this. They was just like, bro, your temper, like they don't just fight up there. Like they gonna try to knife you down, bro. Like the OGs, like they're like, you can go home. Like they're like, you got 19, but you can like. So when I get to prison, I'm scared for sure, but I'm glad to be here now. I've got sentenced finally, so I no longer got that worry what I'm going to end up with. I know I can make it through this. It might sound crazy to people like, how the hell can you think you're going to make it through 19? It's simple. I'm not going to die in prison. Unless somebody takes me off the earth, I'm not dying in here, bro. You know what I'm saying? So when I walked in, it was anxiousness with the fear. It was getting into the bid. It was a learning curve. I was fortunate. My first cell partner was the stereotypical OG. You know what I'm saying? That schooled me. You know, day one showed me how to hold a knife, how to pay attention to who was who in the pod. You know what I'm saying? Like, good dude. You know, all he wanted to do is play chess.
Lesson right there, yeah.
Yeah, he had a life sentence, had been down 20 years, but he was well respected. You know what I'm saying? And
so what was the gang politics like in there?
The gang politics was serious. A part of my story is that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't talk about it often, but I've done interviews multiple places. If you check the comments, I speak about this too. There's no contradiction, and I'm open enough about it. Man, my gang points was maxed out in VA. You know what I'm saying? There was a time in my bid where if something happened on Greensville and I was on Sussex, I was getting put in the hole. I did over 3 years in solitary confinement. The politics, it was hell, man. You know, they weaponized the hole. Now you can't be there that long. But with gang politics, how it was, gang banging in VA is not like Cali. You know what I'm saying? Cali, it intensifies obviously in certain places. But what VA was afraid of was unity. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you start seeing brothers click up, because when I came into the system, that's when the gang culture started coming into the system. Like right around 03, 04. So it was new. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of brothers coming from New York down. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But the hole, man, going to the hole, man, it was full of everybody. If you was clicked up, if you had any type of influence, you know, if you could shake things up on a yard, that's what they do. They put you back there so they can isolate you and cut you off. You know what I'm saying? Because certain people, it's not going to matter where you land in the system. Like, you're going to have the same sway, the same influence, you know?
We kind of jumping ahead, though. I want to hear, how did you ever get to that point and shit? Because you're saying you came in scared and shit, dude was schooling you, yo. I mean, you had a little bit of a name because you knew people and shit, yo. But did that name really carry over, or you was just still the small fish there? Yeah,
I was small fish because I'm an out of towner. I'm from Chicago and VA. Like at the jail, you still around where you was at. So a couple dudes know me from a couple of the clubs out there in VA. You know what I'm saying? In that area, Fredericksburg and all that. But now I'm in the prison. This is the big leagues. You know what I'm saying? These are dudes, and then I'm on a system where 70% of the camp got life sentences. This is Sussex too. They call it Saigon, right? Yeah. So when I come to the system, when I first get in there, I used to pull my box up and sit outside the cell with my back against, and don't mess with nobody. Just have my book, read, and observe, chill. My third day there, 5 dudes from the city of Richmond pull up on me, younger dudes, and they just trying to really, you know how somebody trying to joke you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They trying to joke me in lack, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not with that. You know what I'm saying? And not only am I not with that, yo, I'm gonna have my respect. Like no matter, like y'all don't even know. Like I'm not King Kong. Y'all might do me right here. I might not even walk away, but I'm telling you, like I'm crazy. Like something's not right here right now. And
you already got that history of fighting and shit, yo. So they ain't nothing.
I wanted to ask, did they know you was in the military too? Because I know that training, you know what I mean?
No.
No.
because unless, I mean, in certain spreads, they got like veterans pods where, you know, dudes like ex-military and all that, you know what I'm saying? But it's not even that. Like the military, yeah, but I grew up, you know what I'm saying? I've been boxing my whole life. Like I'm an athlete, but more important, I'm just crazy, bro. I'm angry. I've been waiting to let, now I'm in the prison. I'm ready to let. So as they're trying to joke me, I when I go to stand up because I'm sitting down, y'all not gonna walk up on me and joke me. They try to lump me up, but there's so many. It's like 5 of them. There's so many of them. They hitting each other. By the time they get to swinging, where I'm at, the COs got the gun, so they let off boom the rubber bullets or whatever. The first one's a blank. Everybody's gonna chill anyways. When they brought me out the block, the old heads that weren't from my city or from where weren't from their city, they were like, "Yo, youngin, you held it down." They was like, they was shouting, you know what I'm saying? So as they pulling me out, I'm lumped up, you know what I'm saying? I go down there, they clean me up, get the pepper spray off. The investigator comes in. He's like, "Yo, we about to transfer you. We don't know what happened. You know, blah, blah." I'm like, "Nah, I don't want to get transferred. I just got here." So he was like, "Well, you can go back, but you got to sign a waiver that says if anything happens to you, it's not on us. It's on you." In my mind, if I don't sign this waiver and go back, my reputation is done. It's not gonna matter where I go. I'm gonna have a miserable 16.
And shit, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then also, I already know in my mind, if you put me back in that block, dudes, I got dudes respect now. They were like, "Yo," they was shouting me out. They was telling them dudes, they were talking about all them dudes were soft. Y'all jumped that man, did it. So I'm already. So keep in mind the camp that I'm on is corrupt, bro. They don't care for real if you get hurt. All 5 of them dudes did not get moved out that block. They got moved, they went to medical holding right back to that block, right into their same cells. I signed the waiver. I went back into that same block. The first 5 minutes I was in there, I went to the OG from Richmond. My cell partner came with me this time, and 2 other brothers from out of town. One of them was from New York. Another one was from Philly. And he was like, they was like, "Yo, what you want to do?" And I was like, "Man, I want my get back." They're like, "Well, you can't fight all of them at the same time." I was like, "Well, I don't know. I'm just mad." You know what I'm saying? So my cell partner was like, "We're going to set it up. We're going to holler at such and such. You can get your fair one with each one of them, but we're going to space it out like straight up, bro. Like, we don't want you. Like, y'all going to fight."
That's right.
So over like the next 2 days, we fought. They stood 2 of my old heads that now supported. They stood outside their cell, 2 of theirs, and and I'm not gonna sit here and say I won every one. No, I'm not gonna say that.
I was gonna ask, how many you think you did?
Oh, I was 4-1 easy. I was 4-1. The one I won, I slipped. Hey, y'all ain't got lucky. You know what I mean? But yeah. No, I done took my slugs, but man, I'm angry, man. It took 5 of y'all.
Your outlet, yo. This is exactly what you needed, and shit, yeah.
And y'all cowards. I already know it. I've been fighting y'all my whole life, man. I've been getting jumped forever. I told y'all I was the light skin in the hood with the hair. Like you didn't get no love at first. You know what I'm saying? Like,
be sure,
yeah, man. I used to get teased and everything. So I'm having flashbacks from elementary school. Like, you're not gonna tease me, y'all. So from there, that's really what that was the launch pad, man. That was the launch pad. I didn't spend a lot more times getting into these super physical altercations. Yeah, I got stabbed behind the wall. A lot of it was always attached to the people I was connected to. It wasn't really me. You know what I'm saying? I had one
time that situation.
Yeah, I mean, I could just. I mean, I won't even speak necessarily on that one. I speak on something that a lot of people don't think about: the mental health aspect in prison. Like, I got stabbed twice. The more severe time that I got hit, it was totally unrelated. I didn't even know this dude. I'm sitting in the block and I'm reading the book. It's like 7 in the morning, early. It was still quiet. Everybody's still sleeping. Don't nobody really go to breakfast on the weekends. I got this routine, and dude come over there and just start talking about the book that I'm reading. I'm like, "Bro, I'm good. I'm just reading, waiting to go to visit." And Little did I know this dude was having a full psychological snap. And by the time I realized it, he had his knife in his hand. And I couldn't get to mine in time because the dorm I was like, it was a fluke. This was not supposed to happen in this prison, in this dorm. And I'm cool with everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like when people ask about that stuff, man, it's the obvious things. Like I lost a friend of mine 2 days before he was supposed to go home. You know what I'm saying? I've seen all types of stuff in there, but it's always the unexpected circumstance. Like the obvious shit in prison, we are phones, the basketball court gambling. We know that's gonna happen, but we don't talk enough about the things like when dudes just snap out and start poking people up, just going to spree in there. You understand what I'm saying? Like cell partners getting jealous because they people going home the next week. I just seen two guys that bid with one another 7-8 years straight, homeboys. You understand? Brothers eat, work out, no weird stuff. Because people be like, damn, was it? Nah, they weren't on no weird shit. They was fucking bidding. They was doing. When it was time, when one of them made parole, his brother couldn't take it. That was his support. That was his system. Yeah. I done seen some shit, bro. I done had partners walk in there for no reason, go to the hole and check all the way out. Just hang up with a sheet. Walk down half they bid. You know what I'm saying? Getting money. Got a girl bid, riding with them. You like, yo, why? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the prison shit, bro, it's dark. It's real in there, man. You know what I'm saying?
So it almost seems like the PTSD just immediately starts and shit, like it ain't even after the fact, it's during the fact and shit,
It's always during the fact. And that's why I tell people all the time, like, you're in an environment that it's a war zone, it's trauma. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't even know how jacked up I was till I came home. I got good at prison. You know what I'm saying? In the most humble way, again, as the youngins say, I had my way in there. You know what I'm saying? I was in a relationship for 6 years with shorty that worked in the kitchen before I married my wife, before I came home. You know what I'm saying? I used to get a little money, you know what I'm saying? But me operating it so good in prison, I didn't understand how messed up I was. I was allowing myself to be conditioned until I was outside of that environment. I grew up playing football. I ain't feel the hits till the practice was over, and that's how it was.
So you became a convict.
Hell yeah, I became, man. What, bro? Some of my brothers that's with me to this day. Yeah, I became a convict. I became good at prison, man. They'll tell you.
I actually got a picture I wanted to show you. I want you to describe a time around this time. I just do, right?
Oh man, that was St. Bride's Correctional Center. That was, what was that? 9/11. Wow, 9/11, 2017. So I had just met my wife in August, the month before. And this was a period of my incarceration where the warden, the gang investigators, everybody figured out that I had influence that they wanted to use on the compound. So they created these positions called elder positions, and they gave me the title of senior elder, which was basically the mentor of the returning citizens and all that. So I was given a dorm where everybody in my dorm was 25 and younger and gang related. And I was basically, I would create programming. I kept order in there. You know what I'm saying? Like I gave the brothers jobs. I did a lot of the shit the COs and counties were supposed to be doing, but they started putting power in, not just my hand, other brothers too. They had influence and using us as liaisons. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was
like a transitional period for you when you started like on the good path, or they just try to use it to try to manipulate you into kind of doing the good, the right thing and shit. Yeah.
They offered me the job one day. The youngins had requested me. They wanted me to come over there to their building and work there as the elder because they heard about the job and it's in reentry. They all getting ready to go home a year or less. I still had 6 years left, but they were like, "Big bro, we need you over here. They on some bullshit. We need you to come help us. We gonna do whatever you say." Just because that's what you do as an elder. You help people program and group and all that. So when they presented it to me, I'm still banging. Like but I'm on my way out that life. I was given an exit, an honorable exit at that, and I took it, which is another part of the story. But as I'm transitioning, even the homies and everybody, which supported me getting the hell up out that way of life, they was like, nah, bro, you need to go over there. Like, you different. Like, bro, go over there, go help. Like, you've been, because my whole bid in the midst of all this, I was also the guy that helped everybody because I was book smart. I was also the guy that would help people write request forms, informal complaints, letters. You know what I'm saying? I helped everybody. So everybody seen something different in me. So I was fortunate enough. I had them brothers, they pushed me over there. And then when I went for the interview, they had some pretty ladies over there. The counselors, you know, I get to be around the ladies too. Y'all my boss. So at first I went over there on a little BS.
Yeah.
But when they gave me the ability to start giving guys jobs, and when I seen guys pulling up for group because I'm in there, they like, nah, bro, we got you. And then not only they pulling up, like they taking it serious, like they doing lectures. I got the brothers, like the little bros doing seminars in there. Like my mindset shifted. Because I was like, my old head had told me, he was like, bro, you led so many to slaughter. You can lead them the other way. You know what I'm saying? So things started shifting. And even though I was transitioning out the gang lifestyle, man, I still had, I'm not even like the biggest church dude, but man, I still would ask the bro, like, yo, let's go to church on Sunday. Because I was still cool with everybody. You know what I mean? So and the first 2 rows might be all Bloods and Crips because I'm cool with everybody. You know what I'm saying? In my programs, in the groups, everybody, all the coordinators and the positions, and everybody was a big hat. You know what I'm saying? They ran their city. Like I ran the program off of gang culture or gang structure, but I utilized what we were good. A lot of us were already speakers, coordinators, artists, whatever, and I just helped us transition that into a productive way because they gave me a way. And we was able to do some things, man. And to this day, there's people, man, that they got nonprofit organizations. They done walked away from gangs. They fathers. They started nighttime basketball leagues. Like there's a whole generation of people. And I gotta say, it's not just me with the Canes. It's a bunch of people that we came about that thing swinging, man. It was different. Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah. Now I know you mentioned that you left the gang culture behind. When you made that exit, was it something you went and talked to the top? It was like, yo, I'm just done with it. Like, I'm trying to do right. I see my date coming up. Like, what was the deciding factor, into making that transition, and making that exit?
They came and talked to me.
Oh, wow.
Which is probably like, that probably never happens. But there's a place where if you move in a certain way, your big homies will start to look at you like you they big homie. You know what I'm saying? So when it came to that lifestyle, like to this day, they still my brothers. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to life and achievement and accomplishment and vision and certain things, man, certain people, you got to rally behind them. So them brothers came to me and they didn't really give me a choice. You know, it weren't no like threat, like you got to go, but they were like,
you good.
They're like, what we doing? Like, it don't even make sense. Like you out here throwing the setup or doing it like, come on, bro. Like go teach the seminar, go teach the group, go teach, you know what I mean? Like
the potential in you, man.
That was it. So I was blessed.
Had a date, yeah.
I had a date too. That was the other thing that they seen. Some of them brothers, they're never coming home to this day. We on the phone. You know what I'm saying? They tell me every day, bro, we living through you. I send them pictures, whatever. We living through you. Keep going, keep going. Some of the same brothers, they big homies. You know what I'm saying? But when you really got people that rock with you, when they really your brothers, and they're not gonna restrict you. They're not gonna hold you in something that's negative, violent, that could potentially put you at risk, especially when you could be the one that can help pull. And they, you know what I'm saying, people somewhere different. So that's it, man. That was the blessing. I had to take it because I didn't know if it was gonna come back around.
I mean, that's dope. That's dope that they allowed that because it's supposed to be forever. You know what I'm saying?
It's different though. That's why I say it's different, man. Depending on the state, depending on the culture. I always say it's not a knock on VA system. But VA system's not like that. It's not like Texas. You know what I'm saying? Prison is messed up, but again, the severity it's about the people you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say this too. When you're dealing with real big homies, and I say this in front of real big homies, yo, they really are trying to educate and put their people on. Like when I really talk to the like real big, like they really trying to make sure they people can get jobs or do certain things, stay out of trouble. Like even behind the wall, like you'll see that. It doesn't get talked about enough. It could be turned up a whole lot more. There's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of non-organization. Yeah, that's with anything. It's prison. But man, the only way the streets will ever change is if you get them brothers involved because they got the influence, they got the ears, they got the pull. So now in prison, you're seeing that happen a lot more. And a lot of the leaders and stuff that are coming home, they got nonprofits, they advocates, they doing all that. They former gang members, former drug dealers. They got brothers that did time for murder, whatever it is, but it's all different now.
Well, shit, let's start pushing towards you coming home. What was it? What was it like knowing that your date was coming up and shit? What did it become an anxious thing? Was you kind of nervous and shit? Do you think people might have hated the fact that you was going home and shit, that their big homie was leaving and shit?
No, man. I got what happened at the end of my bid. I kept getting stepped down. They said I could only go to a level 2, but I ended up going all the way to a level 1, like the minimum. So the lower I got, like especially once I left a level 2, I didn't really know too many individuals on level 1 because all my people, including me, we violent offenders. We had big numbers, and none of us. We were told through policy we could never be on a level 1. They changed the law or the policy right towards the end of my bid, and I was put on a level 1, and I wasn't really nervous in the term like I wanted to go home. Some people don't want to go home, like they be nervous, like they're not ready. I was ready, but I was at the same time I was like, I'm coming home married. I'm coming home with a mortgage. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a little. My life I knew was a little bit different. I didn't have the struggles that a lot of brothers and coming home. I had good support, financial situation, spouse, all this. You know what I'm saying? But the responsibility and the weight is more already, and then I come home January 13th, 2020. So after 17 years, when I get locked up, it's Nextel Church and Black Planet. When I come home, it's right. When I come home, it's smartphones and TikTok, right? And then next thing I know, I'm home January 13th, 2020. Then it's Kobe and his daughter, that tragedy, the rest of the passengers. And then my PO is telling me I need a job while the world's shutting down because we're in a global pandemic. So as I'm walking out of prison and I'm supposed to decompress and I'm supposed to find relief and be able to find a safe space where I can heal. That's what trauma do. It messes you up. I'm walking into the most unstable period in the global history of its existence, of this world. Nobody knows what tomorrow's going to bring. So that was my return home. I think they should do a study for the people that came home right before the pandemic. Because we walked straight into it, bro. It was different.
It was from isolation to isolation, There was really no freedom and shit. It was restricted movement and shit. It was all the same.
It was freedom to me. It was freedom to me because lockdown, and then I'm in Atlanta, so we, but it was ghost town still, right? I remember driving through the city. It's a ghost town. Like it was just an ill, like it was like, yo, when I'm supposed to have the most hope, you know what I'm saying? This is the moment I hope for. All the hope is gone in the moment now that I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So it was a crazy time, man. And for mental health and all that, that was not a good combination right there. I'm gonna tell you that.
Let me ask you this: with the amount of time that you did, there's people that come home and they feel like a little bit of survivor's remorse and shit. They feel bad for the people that they left behind. Was that hard for you? Because you've been with a lot of people for a lot of years and shit.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, you know what I'm saying? I haven't left anybody behind that I consider my brother. Outside of that, it's just life, man. We was in the same space, but my brothers, I'm still here. We just got over 180,000 signatures, in support of one of my brothers' release. So I'm still heavy, behind the wall. So survivor's remorse, the only survivor's remorse I feel now is because I've been home 4.5 years and I'm screaming to people about the urgency of being successful and living the life you deserve. And I've been able to accomplish some things in the most humble ways. And I've been trying to figure out what everybody else has been got going on. And in the midst of that, I'm already growing apart from people that I don't understand. This is the part, and I'm glad this is what I battle with. And I don't mind speaking about this because I just did a seminar. I don't understand how I've been gone for 17 years. I come home and now I'm further ahead than some of the same people that were judging me or telling me it was going to be hard. Or I don't understand that part. So that's the survivor.
About that, yeah.
We
about that earlier, yeah.
Yeah, it's that. It's I don't know anybody that opened up a school, whether they've been locked up or not. It's extremely hard to open up a school. I'm in real estate. I'm in different things. My nonprofit, it's great. My team is amazing. I don't know anybody in the most humble ways that are doing the things that I'm doing. I never had that in my circle.
Did you come home with this plan?
Well, I came home. I was just focused and tuned in. Like I'm a hustler. So no matter what, I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But my mother always used to say, write stuff down. And it stuck with me. So as far as the plan, the only thing I knew that was on social media, a lot of stuff that I'm speaking about that I'm able to speak about, not just on social media, but different spaces and places or whatever. These are from notebook. These are topics. These are one line. These are things I was just sitting there. And I had 4 notebooks. And then the day before I came home, I threw them all out. But I remember most of them. This is because I was like, yo, I'm about to restart. But I still got everything locked in. So it was that. And then the other part, like with the school and stuff, it was just really my wife. She's a hustler. She was in cosmetology. I got my barber's license while I was in the pen. And she wanted a school. And I asked her before we got married, I was like, what do you want? Like, if I marry you, like, what's your dream? She's like, I want a school. So I told her that. And it took me about 2 years. Hard, just hustling hard, bro. Everybody like 2 years. I started selling hot dogs on MLK. I brought Chicago Eastern Street to MLK downtown Atlanta for my road dog.
New York hot dogs is better.
Bro. We're gonna have a whole discussion about Chicago and New York food right now. But I came down, bro, and just hustled, man. And my wife is a hustler. She's from 7 Mile. She's from Detroit. I'm from Chicago. We just stayed down until we came up. We're not rich now. We ain't got, but we were able to accomplish our dreams. We're growing now. You know what I'm saying? We're in that period where, we're starting to get some traction. But that's the only time survival remorse. I wonder why I'll tell people, I say, yo, just do this. Not because I'm trying to tell you what, because I already been here. And people will ignore. Sometimes I sit down and I'm talking to parents and children, and a young man, for instance, he's getting ready to go away for a long time, and his mama don't believe him. And I'm telling her what's going to happen, and she keeps saying, not my baby. It's not right. That is not defense, man. And I already know he done turned down a plea that he couldn't afford to. So that's the survivor's remorse. It's more attached to those things. Yeah.
Did you have any struggles adjusting back? Again, you took a lot of time and shit. Yeah.
No question, man. Y'all, hey, watch my TikTok, y'all. I talk about mental health. I talk about substance abuse. Man, I did not drink. Hey, it is what it is. That was one of my demons. Mental health. Like I said, I'm big on that because not just the trauma that happens on the inside, people that are on the outside don't understand how it impacts their families and society. Brothers and sisters are still coming home, and many are coming home that aren't well. When you talk about struggles for me, about a year after me, or not 2 years after me coming home, I've been home 4.5. I had a moment after a series of family tragedies. I'm standing in my driveway. I got a 550. It's decent. It's 2009, but hey, it's nice. We got a business. We got a house. It ain't the biggest house, but I just came from penitentiary. I should be happy, but inside I was ready to hit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, because my trauma wasn't addressed. I didn't go to therapy. I didn't do the work. You know what I'm saying? At first. So yeah, it got dark, man. And that's why I be telling people that part is important, man. You gotta know that part.
So what did you do to get out of that space?
Man.
Did you end up going to therapy or you just tough?
Yeah, man. Therapy for sure. And I always tell people I had to treat therapy like dating. It took me like 3 tries to find the right therapist. You know what I'm saying? Don't judge therapy off the first one. And it might not still be for you, but at least give yourself the opportunity to find somebody that you can really communicate with and gel with. The next thing is I created a safe space. Like anybody that weren't good for my mental health, gone. I don't care. Like, I don't care how close we are, how related we are. Like, if you're not good for me and you know I'm going through some stuff right now, you're not going to do that. So I established boundaries. And in creating boundaries, the people that's in my circle, they're small, but I got the type of circle now when I get too quiet, they come get me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got the type of circle. One of my brothers, he up at 4 a.m. He gonna text me something stupid, but it's just to let me know he up too. Cause he already know I'm up, I'm working. I got so many different projects. He just checking. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing that I did was neurotherapy. And I always shout that out because people don't know about this. Neurotherapy, it's not no weirdo stuff. I always gotta tell my family. I seen it, Charlemagne the God, Ice and Bezo. They did a little joint on YouTube about this place in Farmington Hills, Michigan. It's called Inception. And my trauma had me so messed up, I couldn't sleep. I had digestive issues, anxiety was all. I was looking up my marriage, all that, and I was desperate. You know what I'm saying? So it went to this place, non-medicinal. It's FDA approved. And what it is most of the time when we coming from the hood, war zones, prison, certain parts of our mind are stuck in fight or flight in trauma mode. And when your mind's like that for so long, it thinks that it's a normal operation. So for $99, I went out to this place. It was $68 round trip. $99 to go get this treatment. It's called a mental reset. And all they did for 30 minutes, put some suction cups, put you back in the chair, blindfold, some soft music, real clean environment. And as you're listening to the music, you hear it skip. You don't feel nothing, but as it skips, it's sending a small electrical, because our bodies are electric, water, and it's just telling the brain, hey, that's not right. And instantly it resets. And when I went to that, it was for $99. I seen on Charlemagne, it changed my life. And now I'm friends with the owner. I'm not plugging the place. But if anybody feels like there's no hope and they don't want to take medicines, and if you do need to take that, and that's your treatment, do that. They don't do that. For me, I just didn't want to necessarily go the medicinal route first. And that was the move, and it changed my life. It wasn't an end-all, be-all, but it showed me peace and calm, and it looks like when my mind's not racing. And then over a period of time, subsides, and then therapy and eating right, making sure I sleep. You know what I'm saying? Different things, man. Keep that balance.
Yo, people need to check into that, yo. $99, yo, this fucking change your life, yo. I think that's a good investment, yo.
Bro, $99 would be better than any month y'all smoke. And I'm telling you, like,
you don't want to go the medical route and shit.
Yeah,
a bunch of pills and shit.
It changed, man. It changed my life, man. It calmed everything. It quieted everything, man. You know what I'm saying?
We never asked. How'd you meet your wife?
Man, met her with that picture, that light show. When I was doing the mentoring thing, I had been doing these seminars in there. And part of the seminars, I was doing these couple relationship things, believe it or not. And while I was doing them, I was in a relationship coming out of a 6-year relationship with a former prison staff member. She worked in the kitchen. Good people, but it didn't work out. Prison's designed to destroy a relationship. So as I'm coming out of this thing, I'm not looking for her. You understand? But at the same time, I'm doing these lectures. Her homegirl done been the one. She done seen me. And she knows I need help on the business side. We done pulled in Malice from the clips. We pull in different people. You know what I'm saying? We started to get a little buzz from behind the wall. So her homegirl hooked us up on business. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like the first 20-minute phone call, like towards the end of it, she asked if she could pray for him. You know, my wife's real spiritual. She's in the word. I had not had anybody outside of my mother-in-law, Sheila, my grandmother, really ask if they pray for me. So hearing that, you know, a woman that was about her business, asking if she could pray for me, it hit a switch. You know what I'm saying? And you know what was supposed to be business, which part of it was, it's just natural, man. Chemistry. I didn't have too much left on my bid. I only had at the time like less than 3 years, like 3 years, give or take, less. So it was reasonable, you know, and we just built this thing. But we took the time, like we invested our time, like we started a business while I was behind the wall. She helped me build my credit up. Like my wife was beast, man. So I always tell people, like, if you're gonna be in a relationship or rocking with somebody, at least make it make sense. Like, be with somebody that's gonna build something up. You know what I mean? With you.
So what's life like today for you, man? You got projects you working on today? Is there anything, you know?
Yeah, man.
Definitely plug all your social media and everything you got going on as well. Yeah.
Bet, man. And again, I appreciate y'all, man, for allowing me to be up here on this podcast. And just, you know, lend my voice for real, man. In short, you guys can basically follow me everywhere, right there where it says my name, Christoper Life Willars. My name is my profile name. You can Google my name, Willars. Everything is 100% authentic and true. I am somebody that is a school owner. So if you want to get education, if you need a vocation, if you're looking for of opportunity where you can grow, then check us out at lastinglayersbeautyinstitute.com. We got the lowest tuition in the state of Georgia, and we got the 100% graduation rate. We're proud of that. And I'm the principal. So I don't know why I'm the principal. I'm the principal. But we teach financial literacy. We teach things outside of beauty curriculum and all that. The next thing is I got a nonprofit, the Life Inc. Man, we got an event May 28th. You guys can check us out anywhere, wherever you're at, thelifeunit.org. May 28th, 5 p.m. In Georgia, 260 North Lake Parkway, C100 at Lasting Layers of Beauty Institute. We convert the school into a healing zone, a safe space, a reentry center. One day out the month. This month we're gonna be talking about how to get off probation. We're gonna have some mental health stuff. We're gonna have some entrepreneurial stuff. We're gonna have the news up there. They already coming to cover it. We get a lot of love from the city. So I'm asking everybody, if you enjoyed it, support this event, man. Take the drive. It's gonna be worth it, and we're gonna make sure you got something to throw us up when you get there. That's it, man. Really, if you want to message, contact me direct, support any of the positive causes, whether it's the nonprofit, the schools, you can email me at thelifeinc@gmail.com. And outside of that, man, I'm a motivational speaker, public speaker. I'm all of that. I'm ready to go. I'm here to tell my story so we can make some. That's it, man. That's what's up, man. Yeah, man. But thank y'all, man. Happy for sure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, hey man, I want to thank you, man. I appreciate, you know, I reached out to you, my brother, and you reached back, you know, man, with love, man. You didn't even know me from a whole little more can of paint, man. I appreciate it, my brother, for real, man. You know, hopefully this ain't the last time. You know what I'm saying? We on the platform. We go live. We go live every night. So if you up late, like you ain't doing nothing, you can always stop by our lives. You know, if you want to, you know, be especially if you want to.
Oh yeah, hey, let's do we don't have to, but if you want to, let's do cause we can stream at the same time on YouTube.
Yeah.
Pop on, join us like that. Even if on IG, if random, cause like I know this is recording, so you can cut this all out. But like on my IG buzzing right now. So if y'all want to hop on a live for like it just, you know what I'm saying? Like that's it, man.
You're part of the iTalk family, B. You one of us now and shit, yo. People think we just do a story and we just cut motherfuckers up. Nah, yo, like we keep up with people, we keep contact, man. Like it's just not just a story for us, yo.
That's what's up, man.
And two more things. After this, once we end, I'm actually got one of your promo videos talking about the event that's happening on Tuesday, but we also going to run it on our platform because the video is probably going to come out after the event. So we just going to run that promo video for people to know that's the day and stuff like that.
For sure, gotcha. I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, and the other thing is, I'm going to ask a question. So, obviously, you know, myself, I also been in prison too. I only did 6 years. That was the only time I really did a hard time for like a violation. But me and you, all of us, we know what's on the other side of the street, meaning drugs, violence. I mean, you name it, it's there. You see a youngin, male or female. A lot of times, it's not just males, it's also females. So we see them across that street to that side, and we know what's on that side. What will be the first thing you tell them?
I mean, I just told Youngin earlier. Yeah, I just told Youngin earlier. Let me get it. So basically, Youngin was upset. Youngin was going through. So I'm like, yo, why you angry? He was like, man, I don't care about nothing no more. I'm like, man, you don't look forward to tomorrow. Like, there's nothing good. He's like, bro, I don't have no hope. You know, this kid like 15, right? I said, what you mean you don't have no hope? Like, there's nothing here. My mom's here, my dad's here, my grandma's in it. You know what I'm saying? He's breaking. Ain't nobody here for this kid for real. And he said, man, on top of that, only time we get love is when we dead. That's when my homies get put on t-shirts and shouted out in rap songs when we done, when it's over with. I don't got nothing to live for. And I just simply said to him, I said, bro, I need you to hear me. I said, and hear me clear, man. I said, I can't tell you what's on the other side of everything, but when you in that prison, that's what that mentality is going to give you. You're going to be by yourself. And when you go to that casket, you're going to be by yourself. And all that stuff you don't care about, you know, you might not be able to care about it anymore. But if you're in prison, you're going to care, bro. I don't care what you say. I'm not trying to hear it. And I brought that to him. And when he finally listened and we have a conversation, the message that I give to young people when they listening is simply this. There's no reset button. That's it. Time is the most valuable thing you ever had. You better be careful how you spend it, who you give it to, what you do with it, where you go, because I'm telling you, you can't get it back. Right now, we just spent an hour and 22 minutes. This is time you didn't have to give with me or me vice versa. Guard your time because there's no reason. You can't get back. You can't go back and get that minute. And that's the message, man. You know what I'm saying? Usually that's the one that you can see the light for. Usually. Sometimes it don't work like that, but yeah.
Good message, man. Good message. Yo, we greatly appreciate you coming on, man.
Sure.
Yo. Hopefully this could, get, through to somebody and shit. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna include your information and shit in the comments and everything too, so they can get the links to you.
And
again, you're part of the iTalk family, man. Don't be a stranger. We definitely gonna link up, do other projects together. But again, we on just about every night. You ever bored, you ever can't sleep, man, stop through, come talk shit. No pressure. We ain't there to just tell your story. If you just want to chill and shit, come through, man.
Man, let me know. Message me when y'all go live. If you want me to come up there, I'll hop up there. Let's go.
Anytime, man. Anytime. We got you and shit,
We going tonight, then. Let's go.
Every night, man. I'm telling you, every night. Hey, we can't give them the story though until the interview comes out and shit.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said we gotta wait. And look,
joke, man.
And I know you're gonna cut this out. Look, I just did a big podcast. I got, depending on when you drop, I got at least one more. So before you drop, let me know so I can tell you who to tag.
All right, I got you.
And then I got a bigger, man,
y'all. It's gonna be about a week and shit before we drop this. So, because we like to promote it for a good, ahead of time and shit. Instead of just dropping it out of nowhere and shit, we want to promote it and let people know what's coming.
Okay. Hey, y'all, I gotta go. My bad, y'all. But I'm gonna catch up with you. I gotta hop on this call, but for sure, let me know about that live. I'll hop up there whenever.
All right, got you, man. Appreciate you,
yes,
everybody.
Sir.
Appreciate y'all as always, If they only knew.
What's going on, guys? My name is Christoper Life Willars, and I'm here to talk about what's going down here in Atlanta, May 28th, 5 p.m. at 2260 North Lake Parkway, Suite 100, Tucker, Georgia, to be exact, DeKalb County. It's going down. If you are probation impacted, you're on probation, you know somebody that's on probation, you're justice impacted, you're going through some things in life, and you're looking for a safe space, join us that day, May 28th. Why? Because we're going to be talking about SB 105, which is a bill that's been passed that basically, if you've been on probation for at least 3 years, you can get off. So if you want to find out how, come to that event. Also, we're going to have some refreshments in the building. We're going to have facilitators. When you walk into the spot, it's going to be a different room, a different topic, and a different place and a different space for you to be heard and not just talk about problems, but come into a healing environment where we get to talking about solutions. Once a month, this event is called the Wake Up, and it's the Life Unit, Inc. That's who we are. That's who's supporting it. We look forward to seeing y'all there. Not just people, but advocates, organizations, leaders, change makers, and more. Join us.
Doing hard time, 50-yard line in the middle of the field, boy. Didn't think I'd make it past 21. At 19, I wrote a will, boy. My family begging me to chill, boy, but that lack of shit will get you killed, boy. They so scared I won't make it out this bitch alive, like a stillborn. I ain't trying to reinvent the wheel, boy. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If the shit raw, don't mix it. If it ain't beef, get chicken. Man, it's honor to the shit. Karma is a bitch, and I know my time ticking. I'm a hardhead till you click, click, the only way I get the picture. I did too much to get the switch. You think I'm only living cause I got a mission. I be water whipping all up in the kitchen, bring it all back. Never miss a digit, and we all strapped. In case you get the trip and get your wig tapped. Won't nobody miss you, can't explain the feeling that a nigga getting when you smoke a stick full of oppositions. Woo, woo. Fuck the other side, and every nigga with a man, I got a stick to get me through the tension. Man, I can't front, aim a little iffy, but it's hard to miss it when you got extensions. I'm tired of the telling, tired of the fishing, feds throwing bait, tired of the fishing. Know you see the difference, I see it too. That's a double vision. Woo, woo.
Look at something.
I guess it's time that I admit it. I'd do anything to get it. Dirty Mac up in my mittens. This game was never for the timid. Woo. A nigga gonna tell you everything about him, all you gotta do is listen. A bitch will tell you anything you wanna know, all you gotta do is hit it. I'm spinning blocks with the 50 shot, got my phone janking, making dope moves. I'm tempting ops to make the wrong move, cause they next move is they won't move. Dishonor and disloyalty is a few traits that I don't do. Dishonor and disloyalty is a few traits that I don't do. Woo. The devil tempting, but that's fitting cause of what I give them. Hell. Can't see the vision, but they always feel it when they bump. Bro. Take the lead for once, you always whack behind your dog. You're a tell. I got the stamp to get the paper where it need to go, nigga, that smell. Ooh. Oh, you could tell. I'm the happiest when my children are in my vicinity. I just hope that they always remember me. That big could have been the end of me. Woo. Got my oldest son riding shotgun as I'm blowing past my enemies. Woo. Father and son in a ghost. Woo. A holy trinity. I'm the epitome of how I was meant to be. Visually, I have epiphanies. Tell your boss get his hands dirty. I make victims of all who will sit for me. I try not to give them my energy that is becoming a troublesome tendency, because eventually there will be memories and I realize what I hate was a gift to me. My brother told me he'll die for me. You don't even know what that meant to me. Woo. I'm definitely feeling his energy, but it means so much more if you'll live for me. A bunch of hypocrites. You can't let this world get the best of you, nigga. It contradicts, like, how could you answer to questionable niggas? Your big homie a dick and you're under him, you are a testicle, nigga. You control nobody, just look at these vegetable niggas. I cannot mess with you niggas. I will not bend or contort to your plot, cause I am not flexible, nigga. Wounded a wall, you left me behind, not what I expected from niggas, but watch. When I get DMs, I will not message you niggas. You won't get a check from me, nigga. You can talk who you want about what you call it. Nigga broke his shit, toilet out of order. You want the bag, treat it like the Cavs. Show zero love and you power forward. And same thing how the game changing, these lost morals got these cowards balling. Internet and social media make these lost causes really feel important. I tower all of that sucker shit. No time for a dusty bitch. Drag my name all through the mud. That's where I'm from, so it's such a fit. I'm God's child, ain't no touching this. It's all fate, ain't no luck with this.
No luck.
I am a one-night stand.